to see if you know what I mean. I'm back at this again with another video, and I had to, make this video in fast enough time to explain about my other video before I had too many questions, or just catch my questions before y'all asked them. If y'all didn't want to ask them, or whatever the case may be, like, I just felt like explaining myself, because it's a lot of things that I said that I skipped over that I have to bring. Like, that's the elephant in the room. Not really, but to me it is. Because when I went to go rewatch my video, I kind of like stopped and was thinking like, dang, I should have said this. Dang, I should have said. Like, it's always time for improvement. So yeah, we gonna run that back, and explain some things to y'all. So yeah. Y'all heard the little story. Y'all heard the little explanation I was giving y'all. But I didn't tell y'all, like, I was toxic as well. Not just the other person. We just jumping right into it, because I was already explaining the situation, or I was already explaining the story time to y'all. So I'm just picking up where I left off, or picking up where I didn't say what I was supposed to say, or what I felt. But before I start off that, I am, like I said, I skipped this part too. I am currently in a relationship. We'll make 3 years in August. Yeah, that's my baby. That's my forever. You know who you are, babe. I love you. Us forever or nothing at all. And I already talked to him about this, so I ain't about to even let's get into it. So when all that happened, long story short, like, I had my own red flags, like, which was I wasn't mature enough to be in a relationship like that, a long distance relationship like that. I wasn't mature enough to be with another female. I was mature enough, actually. Like I said, it wasn't even really a relationship. It was an experience for me. It was just something I was doing because the heat of the moment, and because it felt good, and really, like, I didn't have no other pleasures from it, but like being, like, having soul ties. And we'll talk about that another day. Having soul ties with that person. And even though it was a female, you know, you still have that emotional connection when you feel like, oh, this is the only person that could do me like this, and yada, 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 and all that type of good stuff. So, yeah, we ain't gonna get all into that conversation yet, but we'll talk about that a whole nother separate time. And I'm not gonna keep going into depth about the same situation, so don't think that I'm making a part 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. But if y'all have questions, yeah, definitely drop those questions, and definitely inbox me, or whatever you gotta do, DM me and ask me, and I'll make a video. I will explain it. But, like, for right now, I'm just going based off of what I went back and watched and seen that I needed to fix already. So, around the time, like, I wasn't emotionally ready to handle something like that. I was probably putting a lot of pressure on that person, not even realizing that I was putting a lot of pressure on that person. Not even realizing that I was making decisions just because I was in love. That person, like, they was pressuring me too, to make me, you know, like, I don't see you enough, I miss you, stuff like that. But it was like more of a my decision type of thing. Like, I went out my way. I did this. I bought this. You feel me? They didn't ask me to. I was doing it at the kindness of my heart, because I'm hearing complaints, and I'm not going to expose nobody and tell nobody else's business. But, like, you know, I'm hearing, because I feel like even if we fall off, I'm still going to, you're still, information that you give me and talk to me about is still confidential within me. I'm never going to make you feel bad about that, because then that will be fake. Like, I'm not that type of person, and I'm never going to try. I hope I never become that type of person. But, like, I don't know the edges that people going to push me. But, like, what I'm saying is, I hope I never get to that point where I feel like I'm using this platform just to talk. And, you know, I personally don't want to get into all of that. But it's just my story to tell. And I feel like that's another thing. Don't ever think that I'm coming on this platform to make anything messy and bring up old situation and bring this, you know, people that know me, know this person, know who I'm talking about. Like, I'm not trying to be messy. I'm not a dramatic person. I'm a dramatic person, but I'm not about drama. Cause I know I'm dramatic. I know I'm a Sagittarius. I'm extra. Go big or go home, baby. Feel me? But anyways, that's a toxic trait that I have. That's one of the toxic traits that I have to learn, to grow with, to work past, and to get better at. But it's all about self-growth. It's all about self-progress. And that's what I wanted to say to y'all. Like, I don't ever want y'all to think that I'm coming on here to bring up old situations or nothing like that, to start off drama, to put this person in here and make this person reach out to me and, oh, make this person see this. No, that's not about that. Like I said, this is my personal story to tell. And if it wasn't meant for me to tell my story to help the next person, then God would have never put me through that situation to be able to express myself in those type of ways. And if I feel like that's my way of getting off my chest, whether I'm talking if I can't talk to that person directly and I don't have closure, and I talk to other people about it, even though the situations be dead, like, certain things still hurt me, still bother me or whatever, and I'm still learning to get over it. So if I feel like it's easy for me to sit over there and say something about it, and then other people either give me feedback, like, I don't want to just be the one giving y'all, oh, positive this, positive that. Like, I want feedback too. Where did I go wrong? What did I mess up on? Like, I want that. Like, that's the reason why I'm also putting it out there, so I can get feedback too. I need to know, you know, things to help me get clarity and closure, because I might not ever speak to those people again. I don't care if I do. I'm not trying to create no new bonds again. And nah, I'm not. That's just not me. After we fall off, yeah, people could change. People could have, you know, sorry y'all, I got a little itch. You know how that is. You know how that is, having a bra on all day. But anyways, yeah, but y'all should already know how that is. Like, I'm not burning no bridges even more, but at the same time, I'm not about to sit over here. If they're not reaching out to me at this point after 4 or 5 years, then what's the point of reaching out now? And if they do decide to reach out, I will not hesitate to have a conversation with them. But I already said what I said. You feel what I mean? Like, yeah, so explaining myself about that part. Hopefully y'all understand where I'm coming from, and hopefully y'all understand where I'm trying to get. And, like, I'm not about drama. Period, point blank. I'm not trying to start no beef. I'm just telling y'all my life, the life that I live, and the story that I was meant to tell. And however it comes off, if you take it a certain way, I apologize. But then, sorry, not sorry, because if you really cared that much, and if you really wanted to know that much, you would personally talk to me face to face. And if we never had that conversation, or over the phone or whatever, if we never had that closure, life goes on. Hope you're the best. I hope you still eat. I hope, just not at my table. I am not going back to a fishing rod and picking up people that was turning manipulative, stuff like that. No, I'm not going back for none of that. So, yeah, that chapter, those chapters in my life has closed. Maybe I will grow one day, and well, maybe I will get to that, you know, maturity level where I can, like, forgive. Because I was just watching a video about forgiveness today. So maybe I can. But to open a old chapter in a new book, I'm going to just keep turning my pages. Like, I'm going to just keep turning my pages. Like I said, I don't have no problem. I don't have no beef. I'm not trying to start no beef. I'm just telling my story and how God put it in my head to tell y'all, to help y'all go on this journey with me. So that's the point that I'm trying to make. And that was something that was just on my mind, and I just know I had to say it because, So, sorry I say so and like it anyway so much. I'm still learning how to get comfortable in front of the camera. And then there was the situation. Boom. Boom. Back to what we were saying. Back in 2017, when everything happened, I didn't explain to y'all the things that I was doing. I was probably putting pressure. I was probably sitting over there being immature about certain stuff. I was very clingy. I was very wanting to be all under a person all the time and having that attachment. I had attachment issues, attachment anxiety, and separation issues, and yeah, it was all of that. So maybe I was coming off the wrong way to give that person feeling like, you know, like, oh, you know, it's other fish in the sea. I wasn't giving them, I was basically not giving them that option. Like, you know, if they say if it's true love, let it go. If it come back, it do. And I got my true love back. So we going to give him his claps right now. Love you, babe. Anyways, yeah. We got to that point. Certain situations happened throughout the relationship, or throughout the experience, I'm going to say. It was just bumps in the road. But I was going through my own mental state. I was going through my own mental things. So it wasn't all on that relationship that caused me to go into this depression, that caused me to go into this like little drop to pick myself back up. Like, I had other things, other experiences. So yeah, like I said, I wasn't even trying to bring the other situation back up and to talk about it. But I had to direct where I was wrong at. I had to direct the things that I didn't announce, the things that I didn't say. So I had like a thing going on where I wanted to move too fast. That person never told me to do this. That person never said like, but they was putting fantasies in my head to try to make me feel guilty. And like I said, I was doing other things too. So I was probably in the other hand, like being immature, like not accepting the things that they was going through at the time, because they was going through a lot and I was going through a lot. But I was trying to like keep up with the Joneses. I'm all the way in PA. What am I trying to keep up with somebody in New York for? Like, that's obviously showing me that they not, trying to get to that next level with me. But they sitting in the same spot with me for 2 and 3 months, 4 and 5 months, still giving me this story that that this fake fantasy, they're gonna do this for me, they're gonna do that for me. And everything that I'm saying I'm gonna do, I'm coming to New York and I'm doing. I'm coming and I'm showing. I'm popping up, like, I'm doing all these things that I said I was going to do, but I'm expecting it back from that person to give it back to me. And like, it probably was some things that we didn't talk about, that wasn't, explained. And then like my memory is like a lot of foggy, because like I said, I was finding any which way to escape, to not think about it, to go through it. So it's probably things that I'm forgetting that I did too, but in like my manner, like I kind of think like I was doing everything in a genuine type of, offer. I wasn't trying to, like, in anything I did, I really wasn't expecting back. But at the same time, I still wanted it back because I was getting feeded and listened to, and, on those fantasies that never occurred. So now I'm feeling some type of way, and then this person telling me, oh, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to give this back to you, or I got you, and when I get paid, and I just never got it back. But, like, so that made me go out there and want to get a job. Got the job. So now, on top of the job, I also am in school. This is a transition. Like, this is why it all connects to my now life. So, yeah, I'm in school, yada, yada, yada. I got to adjust to my new friends, and another friend that we don't got no beef. It's no problem between us, but I don't speak to her as much as I used to speak to her. But when I first moved out here, that was like one of my go-to girls or whatever. And we was chilling a lot, not chilling, but in school. And they was, bisexual, had their own little girlfriend, and I'm sitting over there with my I'm thinking it's a girlfriend, and they explain to me their life, and I'm having them in my ear telling me, oh, I do this, and I do this, and I go about it this way. So now I'm like kind of like feeding into, oh, you've been in this relationship longer than me, like, teach me the way, not teach me the way, but tell me how you deal with them. Like, I don't know, I'm a female, I'm immune to being with guys, so like I'm trying to put myself in this mindset of being with another female and trying to see, like, all right, this is how it works. But then I'm also hearing from her, certain situations they was doing that was similar to the ones that I was going through. So I'm like, yeah, this is really relatable. So I'm always having somebody in my ear. So now I'm going off that person and trying to, like, I was trying to keep up with the Joneses. I was just trying to keep up with the Joneses, trying to be attention, have that love given back to me that I was given, period. And I just never received it. But it caused me, like, me wanting to move too fast. I put myself out there, like, but then I was in a school. When I got to the school, let me tell y'all, this school, high school, is the size of a full college campus. What they say? 3 floors, I think it is. 3 floors and over 600 kids. That's double of what y'all got. I think it was something like that. But the diversity of the school was like slim to none. Mainly Caucasians, mainly white people. But we had, you know, I don't want to be like biased or nothing, but we had a group of African American and black kids. You know, had to find my group, you know, had to connect. So I had that group. But it was like they were all seniors or sophomores. Like I was still, I think, a junior. I was still a junior. So I had to, you know, squeeze in where I fit in. But that was the only people. They was leaving. I still got 2 years to go. You know, I'm thinking like, all right, now I gotta put myself in that mindset. You know, I didn't know nothing about it. I'm just moving to PA. I'm just adjusting. I'm trying to find new friends. I'm not used to people acting these ways. And the people, the African Americans, black people that's already out here, they already got their mind made up on what they want to do and how they've been acting over these few years. I'm new to this. So now I'm trying to not keep up with the Joneses, but trying to see where I fit in. Like, all right, everybody got to do that. I had to adjust. Feel me? And then, so let's make this quick. I'm in a school, couple months into having school. I go into this real deep depression, like I explained to y'all. So now I'm trying to pick myself up where I left off. And it like wasn't enough for me at the time. Like I wanted to be with that person. So I was like, all right, having more time talking to that person. So I was like, all right. And then the diversity back to the school, like the diversity. And sorry, I'm a little bit all over the place. I'm in school. I'm learning to adjust my way. So now I start acting a certain type of way, acting out in school. Not like fighting and stuff like that, but I'm not giving it my best academic, you know, thoughts. I'm not giving it my best push. I'm just going with the flow. Like, hey, I'm only in 10th grade. I got time to grow. Was I in 10th or 11th grade? No, I was a sophomore. I finished 10th grade. But when I came out here, they basically, like, their credits work different. In New York, you need 44 credits or 41 credits. Out here, you need 21 credits. So I had, like, they had to convert them. So when I moved out here, I had to, I had, like, 5 credits or, like, 9 credits. It was, like, 9 credits. But in New York, I had, like, 20-something credits. Or something like that. I forget how much. I wasn't really being academically successful because I was in the streets when I was in New York, and I was still focused on other people, like I was explaining. But yeah, that's a whole other topic, but I'm trying to skim up to the parts that I missed. So anyways, long story short, so they had to convert the credits. I think they pushed me back to 10th grade. So I was back in 10th grade, doing 10th grade all over again, right? Boom, I did that. Now, I think I'm like 2 or 3 months into going to school. I go into a deep depression. Now, I'm not focused, even worse in school. I'm failing. Now, I use that as an excuse to, I need to find myself. I'm 17 going on 18, coming up the next year. So now I'm thinking about, like, my future. I see they got cars out here. They got drivers they got things, cooking class, like they got things like that, swimming class. Like it was a whole different academic schedule. I don't know what word to use, academic agenda or whatever you want to put it. It was just different out here. They had different type of classes, and it was harder for me to adjust because it's easier to get a scholarship when you got different type of opportunities for you. I wasn't thinking like that, all right? I was thinking fast. I was thinking in the streets. I was putting also, sorry, I know y'all see I'm still talking. I'm talking very fast. But yeah, I know y'all, like, I had to adjust. Like, it's hard. It's hard adjusting to another state, period. So that's another part that I'm going to make, but not like a part 3 to this. I'm going to make a whole nother so I can explain that more. Anyways, I dropped out of school, public school, because I wanted to go to a school that was more like people like me. more diversity. But I couldn't because I wasn't in the same, school district. Wasn't in the same school district, and they didn't have buses. Like, if I was, like, on a verge, like, in Macungie, like, yeah, I could have, but, like, I couldn't because I was in a specific school district. I lived right across the street from school, too. I was still late. Didn't make a difference. All I had to do was get up, get dressed, and walk across the street. I was still late. Like, I was going so far into it was getting there. Long story short, I'm going to say it again. Anyways, I dropped out of regular school, public school, to go into cyber school. And that's where I messed up at. Yeah, that's where I messed up at. Started working more, paying less attention to school, and I lost myself real bad. So I was still, like, gullible and vulnerable in a way to that person and to other people. But it just took a toll on me. And I feel like I had to explain that to y'all because I didn't really explain to y'all my wrongs and what I was doing. So I could have been putting a lot of pressure on that person too. And it's just like, I don't want nobody to ever feel like I'm being fake. I'm not telling y'all the truth. I'm just telling y'all what I want y'all to hear. Like, no, I'm letting y'all know. I'm letting y'all know me, letting y'all know my insight and how my life goes. And yeah, things like that. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Like, I had my time to experience with that person. I had my time to experience with a new state. I had my time to experience with adjustment, all in one, and budgeting and making money and spending money and getting my first real paycheck. Like, it was a lot of pressure. So I was showing, like, you know, rage in the other video and telling y'all, like, yeah, because this, that, and third, and and I was just telling y'all how I was feeling based off of how I felt at that moment from when I made the video to back then, because it's been a long time since I thought about it, but I didn't even think about it until after I made the video and rewatched the video that, like, nah, I got some explaining to do. So, yeah, tell me if y'all want a part 2 on, not part 2, because this was kind of like the part 2, but tell me if y'all want more explanation on things that y'all have heard so far and what y'all would like to hear or what I have to work on and things like such. So don't be afraid to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, tell a friend to tell a friend. And, like, my whole point of trying to do this whole that is that, like, I didn't even really explain this part in that video. Like, I kind of, like, said what I said, got it off my chest, and then kind of went back to, like, a little kind of, like, you know, way of speaking. But, like, don't never let another person hold you back, and don't never feel like you're too attached to another person to keep your life going. You always have to live as an individual. You might love that person. You might want to be there for that person. Even if it's not a relationship, friendship, family, anybody, you might want to hold on, but sometimes you have to learn when to walk away. I had to learn when to walk away. Like, it's a lot of things that go into this topic that I should have explained earlier, but I wanted to get the other point across. So this is why I do this, and I'm going to keep dropping videos, and I'm going to keep explaining to y'all my perspective and how life has treated me for me to be the type of person I am today, to be there for y'all. Y'all didn't ask for it, but it's my story to tell, and I want to tell it the way I want to tell it. And I'm sorry if y'all feel some type of way about anything that I said. Like I said, I'm not a person about drama, but never feel too attached to a person where you don't have love and happiness within yourself. Always pick yourself back up from any relationship, any friendship, because there's a lot of friendships that I have and had that, like, we jumping rope with it. Like, sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. Like, you know, so it's all about adjustment. It's all about getting to know you. It's all about getting to love yourself. It's all about learning to grow and going with the process. Don't never be afraid to keep growing. Growth is always, necessary for you to get to the next level. And if you're uncomfortable, you're doing it right. If you feel comfortable doing these things, you're not doing something right. It's always going to be uncomfortability in a situation where you're growing. Where there's growth, you're going to be uncomfortable. So, yeah, I had to go through those depressions. I had to go through all of that But I just wanted to explain to y'all my, the things that I was doing, the things that I was saying. And I didn't go all the way into depth into it because I didn't want to make this a whole nother 15, 20, 30-minute video. So I just had to like skim it up and tell y'all the little ins and outs of what I could have thought, thinking at this moment. Because it is past 12 o'clock. I am kind of tired, but I was laying down just thinking about it. So I just wanted to put it on camera. So yeah, go out there, chase your dreams. Don't never stop chasing your dreams for nobody. Don't never let nobody down talk you on your dreams. Don't never let nobody back talk you and pillow talk you into not, living your life and wanting to live for them and wanting to live with them and wanting to be about them in a relationship. You always have to live and accept yourself individually before you could be with the next person and try to be there for the next person. Be there for you. Be there for you. Don't limit yourself. Don't limit your success because you're being held down by a person. And don't limit your mentality and your emotional state because you're being held down by a person. If you have to let them go, let them go. That's not on them. That's not on you. That's on them. Because if they was trying to treat you right and do right by you in the first place, y'all wouldn't be in this situation now. So don't be afraid to move on. Don't be afraid to let go. And don't be afraid to have self-love, because self-love is the best love. And you have to grow. Move from where you're at. If you feel like it's hurting you, if it's draining you, let it go. Period, point blank. That's what I want y'all to get. That's what I want y'all to understand. Because I was holding on, thinking I couldn't find. It's more fish in the sea. It's more fish in the sea. Now, if you found that person that you're willing to work on it with, yeah, work on it. But don't let it drain you to the point where you're left with nothing and left to feeling like nothing. Go live your life. Live your life. And if you're young watching this, be young. Stay young as long as you can. And accept the fact that you're young. Because once you pass 17, 18, you get in that little gap of 21, 22, 20-ish, you don't know what's going on. I'm telling you right now, I want a whole refund. Refund me, please. Refund me. I don't want responsibilities no more. But I had to go through that to experience what I'm experiencing now to understand how I understand now. So I'm just telling y'all my story once again. This is not to boast nobody. This is not to throw nobody down, throw nobody under the bus. This is just how I feel personally. Even though I don't even wish this on that person, like I don't want depression on nobody. I don't wish the worst. I don't wish harm on nobody. I want everybody to eat. Just if you're not at my table no more, go create your own table. But yeah, like, I still want you to eat. I still wish you happiness. I still wish you positivity. I still want you to do great in life. I don't never want to down talk nobody. I just gotta work my way up there to make my success. I ain't worried about nobody else. I'm worried about being the best within myself. I ain't trying to make nobody seem less of a person. I just want you to know that you can move on. You can have self-love and you can be happy. Always love yourself. Always be there for yourself. Always motivate yourself. Never be afraid to reach out. Y'all get the point. I'm going to make another video. I'm going to be dropping more videos. Stay tuned. But like I said, I just had to get it off my chest. Love y'all. Self-love is the best love. Have a positive day, positive week. I hope success on you. And I hope you find $1 million. I hope you win a scratch off the lottery, something. I just wish positivity in everybody's life. So, it was Chrissy on the scene. Good talking to y'all, but peace later. Oh, I'm still here. Love y'all. Chrissy on the scene, if you know what I mean. And tune in again to the next video that drop. Love y'all. Peace. Have a positive day.